Gotcha, bro. Oh. Gotcha. We got my boy King Sigma in the building. What's up, player?
Yo, chat, we got King Sigma in the building.
You on that cyberpunk? Oh shit! Fuck! I need my back. Haters is gonna come in here real soon, Chacho, bro. Lord Jesus, have mercy on us.
At Francis-NADEF. Welcome to my channel. At Francis-NADEF. Said, hello.
What's good, Francis? What's good, player? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the broadcast. What's up, bro?
At Angela Guire 3706. Welcome to my channel. At Angela Guire 3706. Said, how tall are you, lil guy?
6 feet tall, 220 pounds, bro.
At Francis-NADEF. Said, I'm good, thanks, bro. At Tyson J's. Said, you a producer?
Yeah, I'm like DJ Khaled, bro. Another one.
At Angela Guire 3706. Said, 5 feet 4 max.
5'4".
At Kanazel. Welcome to my channel. At DJ the Chef 1. Welcome to my channel. At Kanazel. Said, hey yo, what's up incel bro? At DJ the Chef 1. Said, you're cool like an Apache attack helicopter. At Tyson J's. Said, Alexa, what's my address? At Dusk-G60.
Nice try.
Welcome to my channel. At Cherish Stepansky. Welcome to my channel. At Dusk-G60. Said, 6 feet? I am only 4 feet or something. Why am I so short? At Cherish Stepansky. Said, where did you get the ox sign? At Renato O. Much. Welcome to my channel. At Angela Guire 3706. Said, Alexa, call the cops. At Angela Guire 3706. Said, hey Google, call.
Yeah, no.
Oh much. Said, hey. At DJ the Chef 1.
What's up? What's up?
Said, nah. Why did your TTS do me like that with TGE voice? At Renato O. Much. Said, what's up? At Renato O. Much. Said, how are you fam?
I'm chilling, bro. Dealing with the haters, dealing with the trolls. We got TTS on, and we doing a merch giveaway at the end of every month. All you guys, if you want to enter, all you guys got to do, nigga, shit, super chats, gifts. See, when you spam, that's when you get kicked out. When you start spamming, you out of here, bro. You out. Swing you out, bro. That nigga still going off.
Marvin Martins 09. Welcome to my channel. At JackMeOffC2B. Welcome to my channel. At Daniel Barry Sports Highlight 5851. Welcome to my channel. At Christopher Refusal 4843. Welcome to my channel. At Alabama Slam.
Do not spam or you're gonna get
Welcome
banned.
to my channel. At Carpabiat 1227. Welcome to my channel. At Jocelyn Estrada. Welcome to my channel. At that guy Donnie B. Welcome to my channel. At Lee Marvin Martins 09. Said, is Iron Man orange and yellow? At JackMeOffC2B. Said, yo, what's up, bussy boy? I love you, my little taco. At Daniel Barry Sports Highlight 5851. Said, happy Tuesday, hey everyone. At Christopher Refusal 4843. Said, blow out a huge fart real quick, homie. At Alligator Zero. Welcome to my channel. At Alabama Slamma 420.
What?
Said, I just landed this Caribbean female, how do I riz her up? At DJ the Chef 1. Said, your TTS do me like that I have a curveball for it. What are you doing, step bro? At Carpabiat 1227. Said, hello con artist, tears of joy. At Chip Brunswick.
What's up,
Welcome
player?
to my channel. At Renato O Much. Said, merch you say? It'd be interested. At Lee Marvin
I just
Martins
pinned the
09.
link to the merch store.
Said, is Iron Man orange and yellow? At Jocelyn Estrada. Said, are you okay? At Jip Oaklet. Said, Polo. At Jip Oaklet. Said, Poopy. At that guy Donnie B. Said, I'm official because I have a YouTuber hat and a scamming people for entries to a giveaway depends on my channel's success. At Jip Oaklet. Said, oh, I'm sorry. At Who Say 843. Said, show us some of your Mexican body, Daddy Con. At Alligator Zero. Said, would you recommend to give vapes to children? At Who Say 843. Said, Con never show us his legs, why? At Chip Brunswick. Said, what are you smoking? Theirr_Con Live. Said, merch stores open, click on the link to enter store. https://streamlabs.com/gaming with theirr_con/merch.
Do not spam
At
or you
Carson
get kicked
Sanchez
out.
I3X. Welcome to my channel. At 33-F4E. Said, I let my dog hump it out. They was getting it fam. Like, boom 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 boom. The balls were slapping. At Jip Oaklet. Said, text from mom, I'm currently in Fargo, y'all. At DJ the Chef 1. Said, I am helping. At Jamie.x5. Said, Con has a Crockett deck. At Carson Sanchez I3X.
What?
Said, 6,767,676,767.
Don't do that.
At Jip Oaklet. Said, are you Hispanic? At Alligator Zero.
Yeah.
Said, jump in my mouth pls.ah. At Carpabiat 1227. Said, don't spam or you will give you a taste of prison. At JackMeOffC2B. Said, what you vaping on, Boosie boy?
Nigga,
At
watermelon ice.
JSSNSW.
Watermelon ice.
Said, I fucks with that razor chain. At
Yeah,
the Metal
man.
Family Fan 13. Welcome to my channel. At Who Say 843. Said, Jamie Con got a crop leg. At the Metal Family Fan 13. Said, he. At DJ the Chef 1. Said, hey man, your clock won't flush. At Jip Oaklet. Said, if you Hispanic, why you living in New Yonker? At Carpabiot1227. Said, I want some flavored cigarettes. You tried those, Con?
Don't
Grim Reaper
spam. Do not
200,000.
spam.
Welcome to my channel.
Don't spam. You guys spam them numbers, bro. You're going to be out of here. Keep trying to tell y'all, do not spam 67. Don't spam that, bro. Number one, that tells me you're a kid. You shouldn't be in here. You got to get out.
At JackMeOffC2B. Said, you want some of my watermelon jazz. At Pimping Out. Welcome where you originally from.
Brooklyn, New York, bro.
13.
Brooklyn.
Said, hi, woof. At Pimping Out. Said, you're hard. At DJ the Chef 1. Said, I heard that chirp. At Who Say 843. Said, I love watermelon jazz. At Chip Brunswick. Said, I am pooping. At JackMeOffC2B. Said, oh, we get freaky in Brooklyn. At Jip Oaklet. Said, but you Hispanic, Latino? At the Metal Family Fan 13. Said, yes, I'm the bird. At Blasming 3194. Welcome to my channel. At Blasming 3194. Said, I now have 7 Jewish midgets tied to the radiator in my basement. At Alligator 0. Said, I have hard. At Carpabiot 1227. Said, why is there a black orb on your neck? Tears of joy. At Who Say 843. Said, leave him. At NAF 8787. Welcome to my channel. At JAXXNSWRLD. Said, USW enchiladas? At Chip Brunswick. Said, I am gonna die. At NAF 8787. Said, take off your skin, it's way too tight. At the Metal Family Fan 13. Said, chirp. At Michael Albaugh 3235. Said, brah, I'm straight out of Pound Town. At Who Say 843. Said, JFK was an asshole. At Jip Oaklet. Said, hippos.
Yo, what are y'all
Chip
talking
Brunswick.
about, bro?
Said, I am gay. At Jip Oaklet. Said, hey Con, you like hippos or not? At the Metal Family Fan 13. Said, meep meep. At Alligator 0. Said, sweat go down my balls. At Chip Brunswick. Said, are you gay?
What are we doing, y'all?
At Blasming
What are we
3194.
doing?
Said, my ass itches. At Who Say 843. Said, Con, it turns me on when I see you eat. At JackMeOffC2B. Said, what you chewin' on, Boosie boy? At the Metal Family Fan 13. Said, are you bi? At Blasming 3194. Said, bussy. At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875. Welcome to my channel. At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875. Said, macaroni and cheese slaps bro. At Benny doesn't know. Welcome to my channel. At Chip Brunswick. Said, I am gonna come. At Benny doesn't know. Said, this ain't Twitch. At the Metal Family Fan 13.
Shut up.
Said, I'm sub. At baby
Appreciate it,
underscore liquid
player.
underscore white. Welcome to my channel. At JackMeOffC2B. Said, STFU Benny. At baby underscore
Right, let that
liquid
nigga
underscore
little
white.
Benny.
Said, yo. At Who Say 843. Said, Waku into TonightCon wanna make it a 3-party crew. At JAXXNSWRLD. Said, Rip Charlie, Kirk, King, Vaughn, MLK, Nelson Mandela, Juice WRLD, Tupac, Kobe, and both my grandpas. Dale plays the Metal Family Fan. Thanks for following. At Ducky-P2R.
Appreciate it.
Welcome to my channel. At Blasming 3194. Said, I kicked a kid into the Hudson River. At Hunsaker X88X. Welcome to my channel. At Ducky-P2R. Said, it's me again, biatch. At the Metal Family Fan 13.
Whenever you guys spam, you will get kicked out. You're getting Benny, I appreciate it. I'm adding your name to the merch giveaway wheel right now, player. I'm adding your name. You guys want to help this channel grow?
Any gay things?
You guys can send any donations, super chats, anything. Cash App, $353. I'm going to put your name on a merch giveaway wheel.
That I have a Glock with 15
Let's go.
rounds and one in the chamber, and I want to know who's sleeping with my wife. Hey, you're going to need more ammo. At KylanYoung-P1J. Welcome to my channel. At PookieCookie-M2Y. Welcome to my channel. At Chip Brunswick. Said, are you gay or like little children that live by you, boy? At KylanYoung-P1J. Said, hi.
I got you right there, player.
M2Y.
Benny, I got you.
No. At Husay843. Said, I named my dog Nick Gurkhan, you like the name. At Blasming3194. Said, can I smell your seed? At KylanYoung-P1J. Said, hi. At MZHENDRIX.
You get to win merch
to my channel.
from my merch store.
X88X. Said,
You could get anything out the merch store.
Winking face. At MZHENDRIX. Said, call. At Carpabiad1227. Said, put my name on Wheelcon, the first donated 5 to Cash App. At Feathered Remains. Welcome to my channel. At Llama Won the Plane. Welcome to my channel. At Feathered Remains. Said, I'm confused. At MZHENDRIX. Said, yo, what's up? At Llama Won the Plane. Said, bro looks like he eats crayons for the flavor. At Chip Brunswick. Said, you're kinda cute. At Husay843. Said, whom I think I am into some anal tonight chat. At HunsakerX88X. Said, is there people in here? At Llama Won the Plane. Said, bro looks like he licks the condensation off a window. At HunsakerX88X. Said, huh gay. At the guy who didn't task _1875. Said, your mom never wanted you and she tried enough drugs to make one big lard. You. At Alligator Zero. Said, my first name is Ed and my last name is Lee. At Blasming3194. Said, I was told to stop tickling my little brother's feet by my sister. Can't wait for her to give birth. At MZHENDRIX. Said, yo, what's up with these eye? At HunsakerX88X. Said, is your mom cute? At Feathered Remains. Said, cool decorations.
Thank
at
you, I appreciate it.
KylanYoung-P1J.
See, there we go.
Said,
Whenever you guys spam or type anything random, you're gonna get kicked out, guys. You're gonna get kicked out. See, like that 6-7, you get kicked out for that. That lets me know you're a kid. You shouldn't be in here. 18 and over. 18 and over, bro. 18 and over, bro. Jesus.
7. At MZHENDRIX. Said, cool upgrade.
Appreciate
at
it. Appreciate it.
HunsakerX88X. Said, you're gonna kick me? At MZHENDRIX. Said, pool setup. At Husay843. Said, I once been told to not trust a sewer rat, but look at me now, I am married to
Benny,
5
I
rats.
appreciate
Moral
it.
of the story is not to let rats
Your
get
name's
into you
going
when you
back
turn into a
up
rat
there.
like me. At HunsakerX88X. Said, beep. At MZHENDRIX. Said, your setup is good. At Blasming3194.
Hendrix, I see you.
Said, should I let my grandma out of the freezer or not? It's been a few years. At JAXXNSWRLD. Said, y'all NGAS need Jesus, Buddha, Allah, Shiva, Krishna, Abraham.
I'm adding your name right now, player.
At 2 Skulls 1 Swing 7. Welcome to my channel. At the guy who didn't task _1875. Said, that beard probably tickles balls so good. At HunsakerX88X. said, I'm clapping cheeks RN. At Llama won the plane, said, take off that fucking shirt. At 2 skulls 1 swing 7, said, I agree full score 18 and over yes sir. At Who Say 843, said, I am tripping bad con seeing gangs everywhere. At MZHENDRIX, said, how you doing? At Jack Me Off C2B, said, watermelon ice is a good seaman foevore. At Blasming 3194, said, I'm a shit poster and you a shit poser. At Feathered Remains, said,
If you guys want to enter the merch giveaway, you can send $1. That's it. $1 gets you a spot on the merch giveaway. You guys can send it to the Cash App $353. You guys can send super chats. You guys can send gifts. Your name will go right on the wheel.
Who Say 843, said, anybody know Mr. Big Spin? At Blasming 3194, said, I'm in your walls. At Carpabiat 1227, said, I sent $1 to your Cash App. At MZHENDRIX,
No, you didn't. Stop the cap.
said, it gets so dark at 5 o'clock. At Hunsaker X88X, said, I'm your biggest fan OYAA.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875, said, eat my sticky nut
Come on, bro. Don't spam. Don't spam.
eat my sticky nut ha 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 eat my nut.
You don't gotta spam,
At
bro.
MP-JG4XB, welcome to my channel. At Llama won the plane, said, bro looks like Drake from Temu. At MP-JG4XB, said, nobody tryna wear that shit, wank stain. At Feathered Remains, said, can y'all be mature? At Who Say 843, said, Hunsaker Liar. At Blasming 3194, said, my mom took all my money to buy fentanyl for my disabled quadriplegic sister who lives under the basement stairs on a brick. At Artie-Bo-Barty, welcome to my channel.
Do not
At
spam.
JAXXNSWRLD, said, favorite anime? At MZHENDRIX, said, I send $100 to Cash App. At Artie-Bo-Barty, said, BBB Bingo. At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875, said, I sent $100 million on Cash App. At Hunsaker X88X, said, let's all fent together. At Benny Doesn't Know, said, this is just the right amount of brain rot to keep me interested tears of joy. At Who Say 843, said, he sent shit to Cash App bullshit. At call underscore.
Yeah, I got Cash App connected on here. So whenever you guys send to the Cash App, it pops up. So no, they did not send.
Love me some fent. At Blasming 3194, said, fent, woo. At Carpabiat 1227, said, you got designer neckcon double GG. At Jack Me Off C2B, said, how do I send to your Cash App? At Raffies-X3K, welcome to my channel. At Feathered Remains, said, all he wants to do is raise money. If
Child,
you can't be
what
mature,
up, what up?
just scroll wilted flower.
What up? I
At
see you, player. He's going
Raffies-X3K,
off.
said, are you a stud?
He's going off right now.
MZHENDRIX, said, I send you $10,000 gift things on my credit card. At Michael Alba 3235, said, cuz, I just decorated my place with gentleman's relish.
Hold on, he's going
At
off.
Childudep, welcome to my channel. At user-BK5IP6WD7E,
I got you
welcome to
right
my
now,
channel.
player.
At Raffies-X3K, said, are you a stud? At O2H, welcome to my channel. At Hunsaker X88X, said, I sent $69 on Cash App. At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875, said, I love Fent so much, Fent is my life, Fent is love. At call_olds. Said, make hers. At JAXXNSWRLD. Said, damn Blazebang, I'm sorry to
I'ma
hear
shuffle.
that. I hope you get your money back and I hope your sister recovers. Sending prayers. At Raffies-X3K.
You start
Said,
spamming, you're
"Hello,
out.
stud." At MZHENDRIX. Said, a small like S asterisk asterisk asterisk. At Childudep. Said, was good browski. At user-BK5IP6WD7E. Said, hi, today I went to school and got detention BC. I bit the teacher then Pansy the principal, so then my mommy got mad about that, so I bit her anyway. I'ma go play Roblox. At O2H. Said, watermelon 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 watermelon. At O2H. Said, baguette bread watermelon 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 watermelon. At O2H. Said,
I got him out of here. See, you start spamming, guys, you're gonna get kicked out. That's it. You're gonna get kicked out. This nigga kept watermelon. Okay, watermelon. Okay, that's cute. Chacho. All right, it's almost over.
X88X. Said, everyone is gonna do fent together in chat. At Blasming 3194. Said, I'm out my big nose boo boo bear. At Carpabiat 1227. Said, what is your craziest prison story? At Who Say 843. Said, where is the real trolls it? I see it's kid trolls tonight, no gay jokes. At JAXXNSWRLD. Said, F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for you and me. At Hunsaker_X88X. Said, no spamming chat. At Snake_Eyes20. Said, what? At Who Say 843. Said, I do fend from your ass Hunsaker. At MZHENDRIX. Said, smile with horns ghost imp. At the guy who didn't task_1875. Said, spam D's nuts. At Lictos guy, welcome to my channel. At Snake_Eyes20. Said, face red droopy eyes. At Hunsaker_X88X. Said, I can hear your smoke detector. At Who Say 843. Said, me and conduit. At JAXXNSWRLD. Said, weep. At the guy who didn't task_1875. Said, the smoke detector is crazy YYY. At Snake_Eyes20. Said, stop vaping bro, it's going to kill your lungs. At MZHENDRIX. Said, guys listen to him. At Snake_Eyes20. Said, her tongue is yellow bro, that's not okay. At Who Say 843. Said, it's fent time. At Who Say 843. Said, someone fent me. At JAXXNSWRLD. Said, smoke detector beep of agony and despair. At MZHENDRIX. Said, guys stop doing all of that.
Let him
At
know.
Lictos guy. Said, hi again. At Hunsaker_X88X. Said, whoa no fent from my ass allowed. At MZHENDRIX. Said, got a big nose boo boo bear bear. At Blasming 3194. Said, this is fun, dude, this made my night. At Lictos guy. Said, hi. At Lictos guy. Said, boo boo kitty cat. At Carpabiat 1227. Said, con you a 50-year-old man puffing a geek bar upgrade to cigarettes, little kid tears of joy, tears of joy. At Snake_Eyes20. Said, 500 cigarettes. At who say 843. Said, I've been thinking about to make a fent farm. At Licto's guy. Said, I'm sorry. At Hunsaker X88X. Said, where are the hoes? At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875. Said, I love coke. At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875. Said, I love fent. At who say 843. Said, Con, can I fent you up your fent hole? At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875. Said, come back poopy bear. At snake underscore eyes 20. Said, neck hurts.
Y'all gotta chill.
At Hunsaker X88X. Said, he's talking to his boyfriend real quick. At warning 1-A. Welcome to my channel. At Licto's guy. Said, PLS don't smoke, it is killing you. At MZHENDRIX. Said, guys chill and listen to him like you said you want to get kicked out. At JAXXNSWRLD. Said, I admit it, another hoe got me finished. Broke my heart, oh no, she didn't. At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875. Said, yes, keep eating, good boy. At warning 1-A. Said, your account has been flagged for hate speech. At Carpabiat 1227. Said, are you eating rats? Rat. At who say 843. Said, Con eating twice on stream today. At who say 843. Said, yay boy. At snake underscore eyes 20. Said, warning, we're not falling for that. At warning 1-A. Said, your account has been hacked. At Hunsaker X88X. Said, smoke a cigarette, stop being a girl with the vape. At snake underscore eyes 20. Said, Saint Fu warning. At Blasming 3194. Said, stop blocking my truth boy. At Blasming 3194. Said, stop blocking my truth boy. At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875. Said, I bet that food real good, huh? Keep stuffing your mouth real good. At Blasming 3194. Said, whoops, didn't mean to double that. At Licto's guy. Said, yes, repot hate. At MZHENDRIX. Said, guys, y'all got to chill, stop doing some weird stuff in the chat. At who say 843. Said, leave DaddyCon alone, chat, he is my love. At FBizV2. Welcome to my channel. At Carpabiat 1227. Said, what made you think it was a good idea to get a designer neck tears of joy? At JAXXNSWRLD. Said, Con, didn't you go viral on TMZ for some questionable activities?
I did
At
go viral, nigga, but not from gay.
8553. Welcome to my channel. At snake underscore eyes 20. Said, Hendrix get off his D. At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875. Said, your mouth is probably so wet, OMG. At Srepesh thou. Welcome to my channel. At FBizV2. Said, Opalapa PID eating. At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875.
Bro, I can't eat.
Said, break that food down, yes. At Byungbunny 8553. Said, smack em lips like you slap em cheeks. At FBizV2. Said, Opalapa poopy head. At Srepesh thou. Said, what are you eating? At Hunsaker X88X. Said, he's got some gay fanboys in here. At Cleveland 532. Welcome to my channel. At snake underscore eyes 20. Said, LMFAO, these some freaky comments. At Srepesh thou. Said, what are you eating? At Carpabiat 1227. Said, keep eating, good boy. At Licto's guy. Said, Chad, I think I have found someone with a bigger forehead than Peyton King. This is a joke. At Antonier-to5HH. Welcome to my channel. At Cleveland 532. Said, Bob. At FBizV2. Said, you got OnlyFans. At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875. Said, good boy, eat that food, good boy, MMMHES, keep eating, such a good boy. At Antonier-to5HH. Said, my butthole is wet. At JAXXNSWRLD. Said, Con, I saw what you were doing to that raccoon behind the dumpster last night. At HunsakerX88X. Said, let's get freaky chat. At Husay843. Said, I see in Con eyes he hates this stream a lot more than the others. Y'all guys in the chat is boring pieces of rat shit and he think y'all all got crocked rat legs that he want to break, like break them all. At MZHENDRIX. Said, so guys stop roasting, stop being rude, stop saying weird stuff. At Srepesh Thou. Said, subscribe, get him to 10 meters. At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875. Said, I know that breathe stank. At Giancarlos Suarez 9910. Welcome to my channel. At FBizV2. Said, you like femboys touching your ass. At Cleveland 532. Said, I just took a shit on myself and I don't want you in the house and you can't get out and I can't even go to sleep and you don't want to be here with us so you can just go home with us. At Lil underscore JeffX. Welcome to my channel. At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875. Said, yeah, suck on that vape. At Fitzgerald Daniels. Welcome to my channel. At ByoungBunny 8553. Said, bet the vape isn't the only thing you suck. At MZHENDRIX. Said, guys, he going to leave if you keep roasting and doing weird stuff. At Giancarlos Suarez 9910. Said, hi. At
What up, player?
MZHENDRIX. Said, bro, you going to leave if y'all keep doing that. At Lil underscore JeffX. Said, roast somebody. At Husay843. Said, I help you break all them rats, Con. At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875. Said, suck all the juice out of that vape like you love it, like you need it, like you cherish it. At Srepesh Thou. Said, I know you didn't wash your clothes. At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875. Said, consume more vape. At Fitzgerald Daniels. Said, Jesus loves you.
Yeah, you want to hear the deep voice? That's what you want to hear? Mr. Bunny? Yo, y'all gotta relax. Y'all gotta relax. Yo, you guys want to enter the merch giveaway? You guys want to enter the merch giveaway? All you guys got to do is send a little something, something to the Cash App, $353. Or you guys can send super chats or gifts through here, and I'll put your name right on the merch wheel, y'all. Yeah, we doing a merch giveaway, y'all. We are doing a merch giveaway. If you guys win, you guys can pick anything out the merch store. If you don't like what's in the merch store, I can make something for you. We can make shirts, hats, hoodies, towels, socks, nigga, whatever, sweatpants, whatever, y'all. Jesus.
At Annalie5567. Said, damn it, I am fucking broke. At Ulysses Woods
You can send $1. It's $1.
Said, yo WSG Daddy Con. At Cleveland 532. Said, if you send 100 gifts, does your name get put 100 times?
No. There's levels to it, nigga.
At Carpabiat 1227. Said, every GG on his neck represents every man he's been with Skull. At Ekate-R6C. Said, you online. At JAXXNSWRLD. Said, all trolling aside, his merch is pretty tough.
Appreciate
At
it, appreciate it.
Snake_eyes20. Said, I'm back, foo. At Lil_JeffX. Said, where the shotties at?
Then it, yeah,
At
what a girl.
MZHENDRIX said, I put hot sauce in my dick. At Ekate-R6C said, you Brazil.
Yeah. Tota, take it easy, Tota. Take it easy,
At
bro.
Carpabiat1227 said, your eyes are black. You may need exorcism to get the demons out of Yukon. At MZHENDRIX said, every day I take a shower. At Zayden Galindo said, why are you Seuss? At Snake_Eyes20 said, my mom said if I keep staying on this stream she'll bang my head into my keyboard. JEBWBWKDBDKS Bannock DKDBQBWRIFYCDJ. At Jamie.x5 said, con back to wearing purses, huh? At Wyatt
Yeah,
Clifton
nigga, I got that
G6Y.
gun in there. I got the gun
Welcome
in
to my
there.
channel. At MR Bill. Welcome to my channel. At FBizV2 said, I put cum in my dick. At Wyatt Clifton T6Y
Don't spam.
said, small dick. At MR Bill said, I got me one of those hats I had it made at the mall in 1985. At Cleveland 532 said, I'm bout to come shit on your front porch torta. At Zayden Galindo said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. At MR Bill
Don't spam,
said,
bro.
why are you saying you have pew-pews that sound threatening? At MR Bill said, hi everybody. At Snake_Eyes20 said, spam. At JAXXNSWRLD said, show of hands, who really getting money? Now raise the other one. Nigga give it to me.
Once you guys start spamming, you will get, nigga, you're gonna get out of here. You're gonna get blocked. Don't do that. You definitely drink trash water. Shut your goofy ass up.
At Wyatt Clifton T6Y said, dick. At MR Bill said, have you ever put urine in a super soaker and just sprayed? At Ulysses Woods U3B said, I am the map, I am the map, I am the map, I am the map. At Blasming 3194 said, I have 5 obese Taiwanese midgets in my basement. I put on a giant hamster wheel to make them generate power from my house. At the guy who didn't task _1875 said, you definitely drink trash water. At Renato O Much said, yay. At the guy who didn't task _1875 said, do something then. At Snake_Eyes20 said, beep. At the guy who didn't task _1875 said, PUSY boy. At Snake_Eyes20 said, yeah, pull up. At Chief_Queef1990 welcome to my channel. At Ulysses Woods U3B said, it's raining tacos. At Renato O Much said, my coochie's hairy though. At Wyatt Clifton T6Y said, MR Bill said, have you ever thought about golden showers the reverse way? At MR Bill said, they're not midgets, they're called little people, be respectful. At Dippin' Dots welcome to my channel. At JAXXNSWRLD said, I'm sitting back, just wondering how much agony and despair your throat has been through in order to develop a voice that raspy. Thinking face. At Chief_Queef1990 said, you give off major uncircumcised vibes, bro. NGL. At the guy who didn't task _1875 said, bro, you get so heated over lame chat comments. At Ulysses
Ain't nobody
Woods
get heated, bro. Ain't nobody
said,
get heated, bro.
Dora the Explorer is sexy as fuck.
Shut
At
up.
MR Bill said, how many guys tried to get at you and lock up asking, serious question, were you ever pushed up on? At MZHENDRIX
No, bro.
said, cut it CCU. At Cleveland 532 said, I just smoked some za so good I just started shitting everywhere. At Chief_Queef1990. Said, you circumcised, bro? At
Nigga, why you wanna know?
Said, lying face.
Nigga wanna know if I got a hoodie on it.
Welcome to my channel. At Dippin' Dots. Said, you like femboys feeding on your ass. At MZHENDRIX. Said, you drink your pee water. At Snake_Eyes20. Said, my cunt. At Carpabiot1227. Said, take the head off, you dork. At the guy who didn't task_1875. Said, he drinks golden showers to survive. At Chief_Queef1990. Said, you have that foreskin, bro? At the guy who didn't task_1875. Said, I know that hairline is cooked. At Dippin' Dots. Said, you like femboys feeding on your dick. At MR Bill. Said, how often do you wipe behind your ears to pull off the grime? At Blasming3194. Said, I'm going to put a pack of peanut M&Ms in your ears. At Renato O. Much. Said, his hairline my coochie's hairy. At Carpabiot1227. Said, con honest question, do you even have feeling in your throat because of all the cigarettes? Tears of joy. At MR Bill. Said, thumbs up. At the guy who didn't task_1875. Said, I know your feet stink, bruh. At Snakey_official. Said, beep boop, it's a jupe. At the guy who didn't task_1875. Said, global warming with them feet. At Ulysses Woods-U3B. Said, Con, do you like hairy eggplant? At the Riddler Official channel. Welcome to my channel. At Dippin' Dots. Said, I'm going to leave a shit. At Chief_Queef1990. Said, 100% uncircumcised guaranteed. At Cleveland532. Said, you want some za so good that'll make you shit everywhere. At Avarin Dawson. Welcome to my channel. At MZHENDRIX. Said, FGGFDDDDHDYDHDDHXBCJFJFJFJDJFJFI. Snakey the Toe Muncher. Thanks for following. At
Thank
MR
you, I
Bill.
appreciate it.
Said, I had to check one time lick down there and she tried to put her tongue inside and I stopped her. I said you can go on the outside but not inside, that's gay. At Dippin' Dots. Said, you like Drake's cum. At the guy who didn't task_1875. Said, you definitely pick your boogers in the shower. At JAXXNSWRLD. Said, there's no shame in having a hoodie on it, bro. Just saying.
Right, a hoodie.
At Renato O. Much.
Nigga, I got a hoodie on it.
You stop. At Blasming3194. Said, Mr. Bill, I'm a midget. At the Riddler Official channel. Said, I need femboys, please, I need them ALL.
Snakey, I appreciate you subscribing.
Bill. Said, you're a little person. At MR Bill. Said, but I guess you can be a midget if you want to. At Renato O. Much. Said, yes. At Avarin Dawson. Said, hi. At MR Bill. Said, some chicks like me to twist their nipples hard like a mixing board. At the guy who didn't task_1875. Said, bro got a croissant wiener. At Blasming3194. Said, freedom of speech bill. At Dippin' Dots. Said, you like vapes cum flavor. At Avarin Dawson. Said, hi. At Cleveland532. Said, asterisk 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 asterisk.
Whenever you guys spam, you guys get kicked out. Do not spam. Jesus. Let's behave, y'all. Let's behave.
Lil_JeffX. Said, why are you gay? At the guy who didn't task_1875. Said, Drake is waiting for you, bro. At MR Bill. Said, yes, freedom of speech. At Renato O. Much. said, I like Drake's cum. At Ulysses Woods-U3B, said, Con, do you like little boys, you animal? At Carpabiot1227, said, Con, what's your favorite cigarette? At the guy who didn't task _1875.
Don't spam,
said,
Stella.
That
Don't
hoodie lame.
spam,
At
nigga.
Empathic a veteran, said, I entered the world's biggest hemorrhoid contest and won. It looks like a fetus. At MR Bill, said, all of you have kissed a girl, which means she has other guys come on her lips at some point. Think about that. At Renato O. Much, said, do you like Kendrick's cum? At MR Bill, said, I subscribe. At Wyatt
Appreciate it.
Clifton-T6Y, said, T. At Blasming 3194, said, you pick your butt. At MR Bill, said, I subscribe. At JAXXNSWRLD, said, everyone knows it's not gay if you have socks on. Isn't that right, con winking face? At Wyatt Clifton-T6Y, said, what is your favorite cum? At Blasming 3194, said, I'm 6. At Blasming 3194, said, foot. At MR Bill, said, some days my shaft reminds me of a caterpillar. At the guy who didn't task _1875,
You've got
said,
mail.
how about them femboys and fentanyl con? At Dippin' Dots, said, you like piss and cum and a croissant. At the guy who didn't task _1875, said, in them stinky feet. At MR Bill, said, it's not gay if you like your butthole licked on the outside, just don't insert inside. At Stella-Persian, said, hi. At Bradley Blanton-KPDH, said, are you gay? At Renato O. Much, said, stop Stella. At Bradley Blanton-KPDH, said, are you gay? At Renato O. Much, said, before I shave your chooch. At Bradley Blanton-KPDH, said, are you gay? At Marky Shamulin-R1B, welcome to my channel. At Dippin' Dots, said, stop saying the N-word, dickhead.
Why?
At Bradley
Nigga, fuck you, bro.
Blanton-KPDH, said, are you gay? At JAXXNSWRLD, said, Kanyo shit been beeping for so long that I bet you don't even notice it in the background anymore.
I
Do
don't.
you?
I don't.
At Lil_Jeffx, said, do you know who's Mike? My cock. At the guy who didn't task _1875, said, you forgot to drink your trash water, bro. At the guy who didn't task _1875, said, bro is the cum guzzler. At Bradley Blanton-KPDH, said, 67. At Husay843, said, he noticed shit anymore. At the guy who didn't task _1875, said, cum guzzler machine. At the real Mako Man, said, you are a homosexual con. At MZHENDRIX, said, sorry. At Stella-Persian, said, at Renato O. Much okay sign. At Bradley Blanton-KPDH, said, are you gay flushed? At Jordan Mopson, said, what if I went in your house while you was asleep and threw poop only while you sleep? Is that good or bad idea? At Husay843, said, Con gave up on you goofy niggas. At Blasming 3194, said, can you fit a PP in your nose hole? At Carpabiot1227, said, Con under that hat shows your true self balding goof. At Tim Shannon-J1I, welcome to my channel. At Wyatt Clifton-T6Y, said, are you EDP 445 brother bitch, do you like kids? At Dippin' Dots, said, your nibbles are so fat you type with your nibbles. At MZHENDRIX, said, I don't like put in my dick on ice cream, but I was just joking the whole time. At Marky Shamulin-R1B, said, you. At the guy who didn't task _1875, said, your mouth is probably so warm and wet. At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875. Said, I need them cheeks ASAP. At Ulysses Woods U3B. Said, cucumber. At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875. Said, just turn around and show something. At MZHENDRIX. Said, I like to put in hot water on my ass. At MarkyShamalin-R1B. Said, hey fine shit. At JAXXNSWRLD. Said, Con, serious question, do you ever get a kick out of some of these troll comments?
Yes, I do.
At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875. Said, stinky feet wiener boy. At Renato O Much. Said, Drake's weenie is nice. At Bradley Blanton-KPDH. Said, here's Johnny. At Renato O Much. Said, it's so long and big. At Jordan Mopson. Said, brain. At Lil_JeffX. Said, Rena pass them digits. At Renato O Much. Said, no. At MZHENDRIX. Said, I put my dick on peanut butter and there's hair on it. At Miss Melody -1231. Welcome to my channel. At Tim Shannon-J1I. Said, what's up big perm? At Lil_JeffX. Said, pass me your home girl digits then. At Blasming3194. Said, can I crawl in your septic tank with you and film it? At Tim Shannon-J1I. Said, I mean big worm. At Stella-Persian. Said, know about every single people or weird of every cat I know. At Renato O Much. Said, no stop asking for my number. At MarkyShamalin-R1B. Said, Con is fine shit, I need that ASAP. At Wyatt Clifton-T6Y. Said, Lily GL. At Husay843. Said, this chat today is extremely goofy. At Lil_JeffX. Said, Rena playing my favorite game, hard to get. At Blasming3194. Said, I'm a cut the hussy. At Renato O Much. Said, okay. At Renato O Much. Said, leave me alone. At Husay843. Said, Dirty Mike, I miss you. At Lil_JeffX. Said, I know you like me, Rena. At Carpabiot1227. Said, you sweeter than a bowl of frosted flakes. At Dougie12455. Said, dude on some real shit give up. At Renato O Much. Said, no. At Renato O Much. Said, leave me alone, Jeff. At Dippin' Dots. Said, you're the femboy dixcom_con. At JAXXNSWRLD. Said, Con, listen, I know they say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, but your little friend told me everything. I had no idea that you got down like that, but who am I to judge, man? At RussianEmpire_NNG-4074. Welcome to my channel. At Ulysses Woods-U3B. Said, Con, can I shit on your face? At Koibald541. Said, let's go gambling. At Lil_JeffX. Said, Rena, can you throw it in a circle? At Bradley Blanton-KPDH. Said, Cap. At Empathica Veteran. Said, do you kiss a hot dog before eating it? At the guy who didn't task_1875. Said, please clap your cheeks for us. At mr.mclibtard5015. Welcome to my channel. At Miss Melody -1231. Said, hey come shit show shit right now daddy. At Wyatt Clifton-T6Y. Said, -10 inches. At Renato O Much. Said, yo get Jeff outa here. At the guy who didn't task_1875. Said, I need your mouth on my skin. At Wyatt Clifton-T6Y. Said, tight. At MarkyShamalin-R1B. Said, you is fine shit though. At the guy who didn't task_1875. Said, I would cover you in cum and doo-doo. At Lil_JeffX. Said, Rena, why you being like that? At the guy who didn't task_1875. Said, I would do anything for them stinky feet. At Wyatt Clifton-T6Y. Said, 67. At Carpabiat 1227. Said, Con, you are so stinky I can smell you from here. At the guy who didn't task_1875. Said, Con got a fatty. At Who Say 843.
What?
Said, try to roast me, Chad, I fuck y'all up for my love to Con it, the strongest drug I ever tried. At Renato O. Much. Said, I told you multiple times to stop. At MZHENDRIX. Said, I like swallowing my dick and eat it up and put it in my nose to stop bleeding. At Renato O. Much. Said, YWK I'ma just block ya. At Lil_JeffX. Said, say you love me and I will stop. At MZHENDRIX. Said, I like drinking pee. At the guy who didn't task_1875. Said, clean my crack with your tongue. At MZHENDRIX. Said, I like eating S*******. At Koibald541. Said, let's go gambling. At Stella-Persian. Said, my cats eat other cats. At Jessica Lovesu 44. Welcome to my channel. At the guy who didn't task_1875. Said, Con got a juicy cooch. At JAXXNSWRLD. Said, guys, you're scaring the hoes away. It's a sausage fest in here for crying out loud.
Let him know.
At MZHENDRIX. Said, bro, you always crash out over some Roblox. At the guy who didn't task_1875. Said, kiss me already, pretty boy Con. At Russian Empire _NNG-4074. Said, I leaked North Korean nuclear codes in my school and it was replaced with a huge crater. At mr.mclibtard5015. Said, hey, I'm really enjoying this stream. You helped me rub out my hot white load onto the screen of your face. Thanks for streaming. At Renato O. Much. Said, Tos. At the guy who didn't task_1875. Said, you have a perfect face for my stink star. At MZHENDRIX. Said, bro, you build like a PS5 controller from the South America Ohio wrestler, you build like a Twizzler. At Blasming3194. Said, come with me and you say a world of deep weenies. At Dougie12455. Said, Happy Veterans Day, Brew. At JAXXNSWRLD.
Happy Veterans Day, y'all.
Said, these are some low-effort troll attempts. Y'all Lil Nias need to get on my level. Nobody trolls like me. At Renato O. Much. Said, Happy Trans Day. At Empathica Veteran. Said, has anyone ever given you a Dutch rudder? At MZHENDRIX. Said, Happy Gay Day. At Ulysses Woods-U3B. Said, Con, I didn't know that you fucked every girl in you neighborhood. At the guy who didn't task_1875. Said, I would 6-7 them cheeks. At J. Overnear. Welcome to my channel. At Lil_JeffX. Said, Rena, happy anniversary. At MZHENDRIX. Said, please shit in your hat. At Who Say 843. Said, I open my asshole for Con, I do anything. At Blasming3194. Said, do a soy jack nice as boy. At Renato O. Much. Said, DHII. At Who Say 843. Said, I hit my mama for Con. At Jessica Lovesu 44. Said, where's your butt plug collection, I need to use it with you. At Who Say 843. Said, I do anything. At Lil_JeffX. Said, Rena and me locked in forever. At Chip Brunswick. Said, I want to meet your mom. At Who Say 843. Said, anything anal. At Stella-Persian. Said, I clean my bird cage for my bird for my parakeet. At Renato O. Much. Said, Guys, Jeff had hepatitis. At JAXXNSWRLD. Said, Con, I can just look at you and tell that you've done some good blow in your day. Tell me I'm wrong. At Husay843. Said, Mega orgy 29 people, let's go chat. At MZHENDRIX. Said, I like peeing on my mouth like his lemon. At Renato O Much. Said, Ren said Jeff has hepatitis. At Husay843. Said, Damn 3-time eating on stream. At Sundown-B3X. Said, Sundown in this MF bitches. At the guy who didn't task _1875. Said, Clean my stink star please, I need my booty clean. At Blasming 3194. Said, My dad can beat your empty milk carton having as. At Jamie.x5. Said, He eats like he worked a double shift. At Renato O Much. Said, He eats good. At Renato O Much. Said, Like he ate me. At Wyatt Clifton-T6Y. Said, D. At the guy who didn't task _1875. Said, Do you eat D like that too? At the guy who didn't task _1875. Said, Yes you do. At J. Overnear. Said, 67. At Chip Brunswick. Said, I eat Peninsula. At JAXXNSWRLD. Said, Con, this like your third time reaching for a plate of food on this live.
Nigga, I'm
Can you
diabetic.
say
My
big
sugar
back?
is low.
At Jessica Love Sue
Nigga, I'm
44.
diabetic.
Said, It's not gay, don't tell your wife. At Wyatt Clifton-T6Y. Said, Actually please take shred off. At Blasming 3194. Said, Happy tapioca. At Chip Brunswick. Said, I eat peonies. At Ulysses Woods-U3B. Said, Con, spread them for me, daddy, he'll put it in real nice and slowly. At Empathic a Veteran. Said, Con, I'm gonna clap your stink star. At Stella-Persian.
You gonna clap what?
Said,
You gonna clap
Happy
what?
birthday to cats. At Chip Brunswick. Said, Big back. At Renato O Much. Said, Empathy, I'ma clap you. At the guy who didn't task _1875. Said, Good boy, keep sucking, oh my god, keep sucking, I love it so much, don't stop, Con, make it tickle. At Husay843. Said, I wish Con would eat me like he eat his food. At MZHENDRIX. Said,
Yo, y'all niggas be
PP.
mad gay.
At
bro. Y'all niggas be
Husay843.
mad gay.
Said, 3 times a day. At Renato O Much. Said, PP. At Chip Brunswick. Said, I love Big Sick Randy. At Wyatt Clifton-T6Y. Said, That beard looks like a pussy har. At MZHENDRIX. Said,
Nigga,
Face
yo.
purple crying. At Renato O Much. Said, 3 times a day. At Chip Brunswick. Said, I love men. At Renato O Much. Said, I love men. At Blasming 3194. Said, I slapped my neighbor's downy kid with my car and now they keep bringing me pies and thank you letters. At Stella-Persian. Said, All of my bird statues, Uncle Crazy and Tack. At MZHENDRIX. Said, I need my dick clean. At Wyatt Clifton-T6Y. Said, Cum in your eye. At Renato O Much. Said, All that sugar because of me. At the guy who didn't task _1875. Said, Bro, how much food do you need? Jesus can't save us all. At Renato O Much.
Nigga, mind your
Said,
business.
Sorry, Poppy. At the guy who didn't task _1875. Said, Eat more sugar. At MZHENDRIX. Said, Are you going to clap my balls for you? At Mr.McLibtard5015. Said, Swallow my cock snot. At MZHENDRIX. Said, Are you going to clap my balls for you? At the guy who didn't task _1875. Said, Eat. At the guy who didn't task _1875. Said, More. At the guy who didn't task _1875. Said, Sugar. At the guy who didn't task _1875. Said, your body needs more. At Ulysses-Woods-U3B, said, Condes ITCLAPY clap. At Renato O Much, said, STFU. At Dippin' Dots, said, Dicks. At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875, said, I need sweat. At Dippin' Dots, said, Pissy. At Renato O Much, said, Before I eat kitty. At Dippin' Dots, said, Vegana. At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875, said, Sweat in my mouth. At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875, said, Sweaty stinky boy. At Chip Brunswick, said, I like men feet. At Empathica Veteran, said, My neighbor loves to give head. We call her Jawbone. At Renato O Much, said, You love golden showers. At Wyatt Clifton-T6Y, said, Small Dick Randy. At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875, said, You left your panties over here, bro. At Chip Brunswick, said, I am gay. At Blasming 3194, said, Do it squirt or do it stank. At Renato O Much, said, I am gay. At JAXXNSWRLD, said, Free my boy YNW Millie. They got him locked up on some unfair shit. At Dr. Balls 1968Q6V,
You've got mail.
welcome to my channel. At Chip Brunswick, said, I eat big man. At Wyatt Clifton-T6Y, said, You can't fit any condom. At Blasming 3194, said, Landing strip under the lip be crazy. At MZHENDRIX, said, Hi. At Chip Brunswick, said, Pregnant woman, pregnant man, pregnant man, pregnant man,
I keep telling you guys start spamming, you will get kicked out. You guys start spamming, you will get kicked out. Y'all relax. Bro looks like he can eat balls for days. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. What are you talking about, bro? What?
says Woods-U3B. Why? At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875, said, Accurate. At Blasming 3194, said, Vagina. At Renato O Much, said, Virginal. At Wyatt Clifton-T6Y, said, Small Dick Randy. At Dr. Balls 1968Q6V, said, Add me, I subscribed. At the guy who didn't task underscore
Appreciate it,
1875, said, I know it stank. At Wyatt Clifton-T6Y, said, Small Dick Randy. At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875, said, I know that stinky stank. At Wyatt Clifton-T6Y, said, You can't fit any condom. At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875, said, Your eyes are perfect for cum target practice. At Renato O Much, said, Can I be a mod poppy? At Miss Melody minus 1231,
Don't
said,
spam, y'all.
Bro looks like he can eat balls for days actually. At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875, said, I want to cover your face in cum. At Renato O Much, said, You'll be a good girl. At J Overnear, said, Toes time. At Miss Melody minus 1231, said, Black ones. At Bradley Blanton-KPDH, said, Yes ma'am. At EDB-V9N, said, You're not important, you make no revenue from this YouTube channel. You sit on YouTube with strangers that could care less about you instead of spending time making sure your hygiene straight. Tears of joy.
Shut your
At the
goofy
guy who
ass
didn't
up.
task underscore
That's why you're here
1875
watching. Shut
said,
up.
You definitely eat balls for days on. At JAXXNSWRLD said, have y'all seen that UNC on YouTube that owns the restaurant with the super tender meat? He be like, I tried to tell y'all, that's tendernism right there. That meat be falling off the bone.
Yeah, that's
At Dippin'
tenderism.
Dots said, calm down. At Bradley Blandon-KPDH said, yes ma'am. At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875 said, you eat balls every day, bro. At Dippin' Dots said, Poppy. At Miss Melody minus 1231 said, LMAO. At J. Overnear said, no you shut up you old man. At Carson Sanchez
No,
I3X said, face red heart shape. Face red heart shape.
Look, yeah, he wanted to spam, so he got kicked out. Do not spam, or you're gonna get kicked out. Your ass is a loser, and you're here watching this loser. Shut up. Keep trying to tell y'all. You don't like the content, do not consume it. And don't spam, bro. You guys don't know what spamming is? Nigga, don't spam, bro.
Clifton-T6Y said, small dick Mexican. At MZHENDRIX said, I put cotton balls in my ear and then I'll put it in my balls, not the private part, the toys. At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875 said, I need to shove my skin down your throat. At Jamie.x5 said, bro needs a smoke break. At Renato O Much said, he needs to pound me from the BK like he did yesterday. At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875 said, stroke my skin con. At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875 said, my skin needs you con. At Blasming 3194 said, my uncle is 398 pounds and wants to know if he can top you by Winnie's boy. At Miss Melody minus 1231 said, bro needs a spa day or he needs to start selling feet pics on an OF. At JAXXNSWRLD said, Cog just make me a mod at this point, you know I'm the best troll and I never say anything overly gay. At J. Overnear said, no too old man. At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875 said, your hygiene is cooked bro, you are a stink star. At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875 said, tenderize D's nuts. At Wyatt Clifton-T6Y said, your ass is clogged. At MZHENDRIX said, who is chopped bro is AL he liked kissing man in the background why people white poop come out we drink milk. At Wyatt Clifton-T6Y said, loser. At cross mark no UN Overnear said, no you yellow teeth. At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875 said, you would look so good under my balls folding on your face. At Wyatt Clifton-T6Y said, that's why your dad got shot. At Sundown-B3X said, free Diddy. At Blasming 3194 said, I'm yorking it to your cactus jackboy puss mmmmmmmuuuuoooyeh. At JAXXNSWRLD said, bro, it's not that hard to follow instructions, he lets us troll. All we gotta do is not spam. At MZHENDRIX said, my mom is 100,075 pills left, can you help me? At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875 said, I would crack you gang. At Dippin' Dots said, Con stop saying, oh yes I like men and I have of. At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875 said, I am going to crack you gang. At Renho-S7K, welcome to my channel. At Miss Melody minus 1231 said, he needs cuddle with Diddy right now to calm him the fuck down hot face. At Jamie.x5 said, this ninja looks tired already. At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875 said, I need to clap your cheeks bro, I don't know what else to tell you. At MZHENDRIX said, R. At James Limbarakis 7869 welcome to my channel. At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875 said, turn around bruh, show something for real. At the Metal Family Fan 13 said, HII. At MZHENDRIX said, your freaking head looks like a peanut. Peanuts, you put your balls inside a peanut when you wake up and then we go to the bathroom and put your balls back on and be stuck, anybody be looking and sucking it. At JAXXNSWRLD said, Con listen man, it's me. I'm you from the future, here to give you an urgent message. Do not crack that girl that you're gonna meet at Walgreens in 4 days. She gave us gonorrhea. It's bad, real bad. At Renho-S7K said, why time me out, I was saying the rules. No disrespect. At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875 said, bro your booty is probably so tight. At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875 said, your neck tattoo adds grip. At Renho-S7K said, melting face. At James Limbarakis 7869 said, are black people ass babies? At Wyatt Clifton-T6Y
You've got
said,
mail.
cock socks. At Wyatt Clifton-T6Y said, cock shocker. At Miss Melody minus 1231 said, hair reveal? IDK what to do. At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875 said, I would throat you gang. At Quandledingle Togex, welcome to my channel. At Quandledingle Togex said, yes do it like that papi. At Jessica Lovesue 44 said, can you give me backshots? At the guy who didn't task underscore 1875 said, throwed my balls gang. At MZHENDRIX said, bro you went to the kitchen and grab a ball and peed in it and then make soup out of it. At Dippin' Dots said, wiggle my balls. At Quandledingle Togex said, peach. At Jessica Lovesue 44 bro I am a girl. At James Limbarakis 7869 said, I'm going to put a pulse monitor on my penar. At Joshua Nut 5853 said, why? At Quandledingle Togex said, pinched fingers, medium skin tone, 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 pinched fingers, medium.
Do not spam, guys.
Medium skin tone, pinched fingers, medium skin tone, pinched fingers, medium skin tone, pinched
James,
fingers,
I got
medium
you.
skin tone, pinched fingers, medium 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 skin tone, pinched fingers,
Come on,
medium
bro.
skin tone, pinched fingers, medium skin.
You guys do that, you're gonna get kicked out. You guys start spamming, you're gonna get kicked out. We are doing a merch giveaway, guys. At the end of every month, we do a merch giveaway. If you guys want to enter the merch giveaway, all you guys got to do is send a letter something to the Cash App, $353, or you guys can send super chats or gifts on here. I'll put your name on the wheel. You guys could pick anything out of my merch store. I repeat, you guys could pick anything out of my merch store. And if you guys don't like what I have on my merch store, mail. I could customize something for you, something personal. Yeah, right? Tell you guys what. Yeah, right?
Said, Calumet City. At Mark M1L 5 meters. Said, that actually good though, damn. At James Limbarakis 7869. Said, going to put a hot dog in my dad's water bottle. At Tickle Pickle D's. Welcome to my channel. At Tickle Pickle D's. Said, pinched finger.
Hey, that's what happens. You're out of here, bro. Stop spamming, bro. Stop spamming, bro. See, there you go. You guys are asking to be removed, and that's fine with me. I keep telling y'all, stop spamming, bro. I'm gonna be dropping the smoke detector merch real soon, y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna drop it real soon, bro.
Look like a crackhead.
Shut up.
At Mark M1L 5 meters. Said, tears of joy rolling on the floor, laughing smoke detector merch. I am done lol.
Yo, did you see the thumbnail for this?
At Edgar-Wasthier. Welcome to my channel.
Go look at the thumbnail. Go look at the thumbnail for this, bro. Yeah, you got to look at the thumbnail for this live.
Fingers mediums.
I mean, we could do this all day. I bet you can fit 15 peanut M&Ms in your pee hole. Nigga, shut up. What are you talking about, bro? We're grown men in here, and this is what you talking about? Right? You like that market. Nigga, I told you niggas. Didn't I say this? I'm 95% celebrity, bro. Nigga, wait till we drop the merch. Wait till we drop the the smoke detector merch. Nigga, what are you talking about, Blaze? Nigga, what? Free my boy Ruben. Nigga, what? So what you're telling me is that you're willing to go through the trouble of creating smoke detector merch, but you can't change the damn batteries? Priorities, gang. Nigga, shut your goofy ass up. Look at the other nigga. Yeah, spam all you want. See what happens. Get out of here. Yeah, go face the wall, nigga. Go. You like that?
Tears of joy. At Dippin' Dots. Said, wiggle my balls, Con. At Blasming 3194. Said, I'm going to pee in your booty hole and leave it in there for a few years to ferment, then sell it as a beer. At J. Overnear. Said, stop talking like a girl. At MZHENDRIX. Said, you put $20,000 peanut butter in your dick, why you taking a shower? At J. Overnear. Said, you gay. At Joshua Nut 5853. Said, E pawn to E4. Your move. At Miss Melody minus 1231. Said, bro likes his men old, so he went to a retirement home and thought it was like Tinder IRL for old people and asked the old lady that looked like a man and asked if he can lick their balls. At Sundown-B3X. Said, don't start that crying man. At FBizV2.
Nigga, shut up.
Said, hi. At Jessica Lovesue 44. Said, can I pawn your balls? I need money. At J. Overnear. Said, I'm not gay US Air. At Blasming 3194. Said, yeah, he called me the nigga word. I'm an honorary nigga. Yay, I can go scream that word all over the place in my city now. At J. Overnear. Said, R. At MZHENDRIX. Said, bro, you pee everywhere while you're taking this S asterisk asterisk asterisk. At the Riddler Official Channel. Said, I love femboys. At Jamie.x5. Said, Con was made from different sticks. At Miss Melody minus 1231. Said, bro looks down bad for balls. At James Limbarakis 7869. Said, one of my balls is twitching right now, nigga. At Sundown-B3X. Said, make me a mod con. At JAXXNSWRLD. Said, con is getting wumpy. Time for din din. At Jessica Lovesue 44. Said, can you fart in my face? At FBizV2. Said, con fuck your merch. At J. Overnear. Said, you gay not me, you the one that like boys. At Miss Melody minus 1231. Said, bros drooling for balls. At MZHENDRIX. Said, bro you pee everywhere while you're taking this S asterisk asterisk asterisk. At Joshua Nut 5853. Said, be knight to C3. Your move. At James Limbarakis 7869. Said, stop queefing. At Jessica Lovesue 44. Said, fuck your merch, nobody wants your merch, you're forcing us to get it.
I'm forcing you.
At JAXXNSWRLD. Said, Con, I'll snatch that hat off your curly luscious hair, Pookie. At Turkey-VR-White.
Turkey, bro.
Welcome to my channel.
That nigga
At
Turkey, bro.
Said, are you old like 99 or 100 years old? At Turkey-VR-White. Said, what's good, my nigga? At Blasming 3194. Said, I bet you know how many fingers you can put in your pee hole. At Jamie 189. Welcome to my channel. At Jamie 189. Said, what is happening? At Jessica Lovesue 44. Said, you're gay. At James Limbarakis 7869. Said, when will the EBT be back? At Sundown-B3X. Said, J Overnear shut up. At Miss Melody minus 1231. Said, bro looks like he shit and kept it in there so 3,500 years from now he can take it out and place it somewhere where dinos died so the girl he liked in high school that is becoming a scientist to see. At JAXXNSWRLD. Said, Con, you look like you could really go for a line right now. At Jessica Lovesue 44. Said, you need food stamps cause you eat too much. At Jamie 189. Said, why y'all being so mean OMFG? At Blasming 3194. Said, I bet you moan when you fart. At Turkey-VR-White. Said, Oompa Loompa ass. At Turkey-VR-White. Said, can you sing the Oompa Loompa song?
I'm trying to turn up.
At MZHENDRIX. Said, welcome to my PP world. At Miss Melody minus 1231. Said, toots cutely him AOH. At Turkey-VR-White. Said, nigga, am I your favorite supporter? At Jessica Lovesue 44. Said, lol. At FBizV2. Said, fuck ass eyes. At Nick Blevins-F7C. Said, show his hairline cold face, cold face, cold face, cold face. At Jessica Lovesue 44. Said, you're gay. At Joshua Nut 5008.
I'm trying to turn up. I got cocaine. I got alcohol. But I'm at least trying to get to $40 on Cash App. If I get to $40 on Cash App, we're going to turn up. I want to turn up, but I don't want to turn up and it not be worth it. I'm trying to turn the fuck up. You guys don't, nigga, I got a nice bag. I got something to drink. We trying to get to $40 in the Cash App. $353. I don't know, but y'all seem dead to me, bro. Y'all seem dead, bro. Like, I'm trying to shit. Jesus. Cash App, $353. I'm trying to turn up, y'all. I'm trying to turn up. I'm trying to turn up. You know how much I'm trying to turn up? If you guys send 100, if I get, not even one person, if I get people to send $100, nigga, I'm shaving my eyebrows. Live on here. $100 to the Cash App, $353. Nigga, we sniffing cocaine. Nigga, we gonna get drunk. Nigga, I'm shaving the eyebrows. What do you guys think? You know what I'm thinking? How about we do this? How about we do this? Now, you know what I was thinking about doing? I was thinking about ending the stream and restarting it. That way it'll bring more people in here. But I'll do it, nigga. For 100 to the Cash App, I'll definitely, nigga, I'll do it. But I'm thinking about making a thumbnail. I'm thinking about... All right, guys, look, I'm about to end it. I'm going to make the thumbnail real quick, and I'm coming right back. $100, I'm shaving my eyebrows, y'all. $100, I'm shaving my eyebrows live, y'all, live. Nigga, let's go.